Hello, and thank you for tuning in to my live telebroadcast on this evening or this afternoon, or matter of fact, this morning as you are listening. It means a lot that you are taking the time out of your day to listen to this message. This message that I have today is a message that's going to be entitled Becoming and Being Yourself. I need you to be mindful that this message is not directed towards any particular people. So please listen to this message with an open mind. Do not think that I am talking directly about you, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter whatever the contents of this message is. I need you to remember that I am not talking directly about you. We often like to use our status, wealth, fame, or materialistic facades to validate who we are. This generation of kids develop a false sense of wealth vicariously, watching videos of broke rappers flashing fake money and cars and jewelry that they lease. The truth is that many of them are lost, with no values, no discipline. They're disrespectful towards authority. They're angry at the world and not even knowing the reason why they're angry in the first place. Their morals are compromised, almost as if they have signed a contract with the devil. Most of them sing about anything their mind can possibly think of out of impulse. And anything that their mind could possibly think out of impulse is something that becomes popular to the kids that have no one to look up to. So they look up to these rappers that have no self-discipline, no morals, no values. They're angry at the world. They look up to these guys. They look up to them and thinking that they are their savior, sing their songs, and then they start emulating the things that are sung in their songs. We very rarely identify with true feelings or tap into our deepest thoughts. And we're very good at disguising our emotions out of fear, public humiliation, or just because. We would rather feel better pretending everything is okay when it's really not. For a prime example, when we are asked if everything is okay, our lives could be upside down. Everything that you could possibly imagine could be going wrong. But our systematic response would be, I'm good, I'm fine, or I'm okay. We use what we want and most of the things that we cannot afford to vicariously represent this false sense of happiness, wealth, and security. Even down to marriage. I'm sorry to say, but even down to marriages. Some of you are unhappily married to someone else, wishing that you were with the person of your desire, but instead you live the life of your friend that is happily married by settling for what you have when it's not something that you truly want. There's no difference between someone wearing a gold-plated chain, costume jewelry, or knockoff clothes to vicariously display a false sense of wealth, a false sense of happiness, and a false sense of security. It is very difficult for us to identify with our true feelings, real thought, or even our hidden emotions, because we are so conditioned to look at who's in front of us rather than looking who's within us. In our educational and religious institution, we are constantly told what to memorize, rehearse, and recite. Most people think it's learning, but others know it's just a form of being programmed. We are programmed how to manipulate how we are, what we are capable of becoming into, and turn it into something that we never intended to be. We create this elusive image and personality that we want people around us to see out of fear of who we are or what's natural. A lot of us fear rejection, fear failing, and fear being misunderstood. So instead of dealing with the fears, most turn to something that is completely unnatural to make them comfortable. Then we start to despise what is natural and accept things that are unnatural. And I don't need to get into that because you know what I'm talking about. We abuse our bodies to fit the criteria of American beauty. We glue authentic, artificial weaves, tracks, and sew-in and extension just for the purpose of fitting the criteria of American beauty. We use glue with high concentrations of formaldehyde, ammonia, and other chemicals that cause unnoticeable allergic reactions. Then we shave off our eyebrows that are specifically created to prevent oils, sweat, bacteria, forms of acid, and different germs from damaging your retina, your iris, or your cornea. But yet and still, you don't know that because there's something you don't want to know. The only thing you want to know is how to become beautiful or fit the criteria of this so-called American beauty when you look like a complete fool. The part that I don't understand is this. I don't understand why you shave off your eyebrows and then you pencil in new ones. With the chemicals from the pencil and the makeup, you are enabling them to drip into your eyes when you sweat or perspire. And that causes more damage to your iris or your retina or your cornea. I don't understand it. I really truly don't understand it. Do you realize by now that this is a clever way of promoting self-hate? Because you're not looking like yourself. You're looking like something that other people created you to be. It's a diabolical, psychological way of despising and envying who you are and how God created you. I just don't understand. I really truly don't understand. We're not comfortable with who we are. So we create this image we want the world to see and that we want to become. The dark envy the dark, short envy the tall, kids envy adults. Some adults envy kids. Women are insecure around young women. Foreigners envy Americans. And some Americans envy other Americans. A few blacks want to be white. And a majority of whites wish they were black. They go as far as getting Botox, cheek implants, butt lifts, and breast implants. Not to mention going to a tanning salon on the regular. But what many don't understand is this. Your outward appearance does not define who you are. It never has and it never will. So to disguise our true value, our worth, wealth, and social paradigm, we vicariously display who we're not, creating expensive habits. For an example, once you have your eyebrows professionally arched, you always have to keep your eyebrows arched. So you have to buy products to keep your eyebrows arched. Once you shave your legs, of course you got to keep your legs shaved because then you don't want to look like a wolf person or whatever you want to call yourself. You don't want to look natural. Once you damage and kill the roots of your hair, you have to continue killing the hair that's already dead by using or reusing the same exact chemicals that you've already been using. Since when does the chemicals in your hair define how beautiful, how soft, and how nice your hair truly is that God had created? Or since when have shaving your legs have defined how soft your skin is? Since when does arching your eyebrows or even cutting your eyebrows off, pencil other ones in, define beauty? That's something I never could understand. Since when have fake fingernails, fake eyelashes, and wearing a wig or weaves or sew-ins define how beautiful we are? Do you really think that makes you beautiful? I want you to really think about it. Does it really make you think you're beautiful? I saw this. I saw this one video clip of someone putting up a Barbie doll or a mannequin with a wig on and put another person right next to it, and they looked identically alike. They looked identical. So is so what's so I'm not gonna go there. Does a tattoo on your body make you stand out? We have adopted a vicarious disposition compelling us to believe if we become what we think that we should be, that people will then accept us. We should never let the things of this world or the low self-esteem change the way we see our own world or allow it to interfere with who God has created us to be. There's only one of you. There's no one like you in this world. There's only one of you. So that means that we should be the best that we could possibly be. But I have a problem with that. How can you be the best you if you're so focused on the looks of someone else and not the looks of yourself? You're so busy trying to look like somebody else that you don't even know what you look like. Instead of you looking like the person that God created you to be, you want to look like this typical American fool with an identity crisis. Men wanting to be women, women wanting to become men. African American women wanting to straighten their hair, looking like a white woman. White women walking around with matted hair, looking like dreadlocks. White men injecting steroids into their body, want to have the physical appearance of African American men. And some African American men want to put on tight clothes, have the physical appearance of a Caucasian white male. We have to look at these things. We have to change the way we view the things that we are even accepting. Because these things that we're accepting is not who we are. God created you to be beautiful people. I'm talking to you, my sisters and my brothers. God has created you to be some very beautiful people. You don't have to put no flat iron to your head. You don't have to put no flat iron to your hair. You don't have to put on this here different variation colors of makeup. It's damaging your skin. You don't have to put on these eyelashes that's made out of God knows what, and use this type of glue that's high in formaldehyde and ammonia and different chemicals that's going to cause allergic reaction to your skin. And then later on, you start to realize that your vision is compromised. You start to feel your hair start falling out. You know, all types of things start happening to you because of these things you're practicing. Now, I'm not saying that I'm an optometrist or I'm not, or a dermatologist or anything, but some of these things is common sense. You're going making these doctors rich because of these very dangerous habits that you are practicing. You know, so I want everyone to sit and listen to this message for a second. And no, I'm not talking about nobody. These are things that you're damaging yourself. And if you don't notice you're damaging yourself, if someone don't point out you're damaging yourself, you're going to continue to damage yourself. Look into the things you're doing. Look into the glue that you're using on your eyes. Look into the glue that you're using on your hair. Look into the fact that you're shaving off your eyebrows or what can potentially fall into your eyes. Look at the importance of your retina, or the importance of your cornea, or the importance of your what is the other one? Your iris. Look into the importance that that's a lens that you're looking out of. You don't want to damage those things. Once you start damaging those things, and everything else will become damaged. When we start noticing these different changes, these small changes. You start noticing wrinkles very, very early, and the wrinkles are not coming from you being older, because we age gracefully. They come from applying these different makeups on your face, this eyeliners, this mascara, this here compound on your face. You're damaging your skin. You're damaging the hair. You're damaging your eyes. all in the name of wanting to fit the criteria of this American beauty, which is not beautiful at all. My, what a powerful word. And I thank you very much for tuning in to this live telebroadcast. We'll be trying to put up messages on a weekly basis, and we're trying to keep them to a minimum of probably 10 minutes. But this message actually went over a little bit, so I thank you for your patience. But I want you to know that being yourself is the best way to be. And I want you to keep this in mind right here. If you're so concentrated or you're so busy on trying to become someone other than who you are, how are you going to find that right person that's looking for you? That's the only thing I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it right there. But until next time, you guys take it easy and have a wonderful day.